27.4 degrees. What's going on? It's too hot, it really is for this time of the year. Friday, coming into a brand new weekend, 7th of June, and today, believe me, absolutely excited because we have a former Kiwi now living in Australia online. But I tell you what, let me do this first. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, so very, very happy to have you joining us. If you're a first-time viewer, tell you what, why not do this? Why not sub, thumb, bell? Yeah, bell notifications when we have important people, much like Don Allen, coming out of Queensland. And I think I got that right. I'm not sure. Maybe Don's manager in the background there is trying to correct me. You never know. Sub, why not subscribe and become part of the family? We call it The Noise here at Galaxy, simply because, well, you have a voice. And believe me, we hear you. We really hear you. We get all the media. We really do. Even got a letter a couple of weeks ago, which was amazing. We don't get those anymore, really. We didn't know whether to open it or just frame it. And then we started questioning, do we still have a postie? Apparently we do. Okay, so we got a letter, but we do structure a lot of our shows by what you ask for. Artist, song, title, and that's how we put a lot of our shows together. So thank you for being a part of The Noise, really. Today we're talking to Don Allen coming out of Queensland, I think that's right, and we're going to kick it off with the ghetto. You're right, here at Galaxy. Good old Elvis track. I love it. Love it. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Gosh, it's warm in here. 57 degrees.
Oh, what did you say? It was 27 degrees.
Yeah, it's just gone down to 25.2, but, I mean, that's unseasonably bloody warm, isn't it?
Oh, hell yeah.
For this time of the year it is. I mean, last year, Don, no kidding, 90 days and 90 nights of rain through the winter. Okay?
Wow.
Very, very little let up in the moisture in the air. Now, if you think about this, in the Bible it said it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, and some dude built a boat.
That's fine.
Yeah, well, here in the Bay of Plenty, 90 days, 90 nights, and no bloody boat. I think they got stuck on the cubits thing.
That's incredible. I think we're only about, I'm not too sure what it is today, probably about 22 here in the Gold Coast.
Okay, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. Well, we're pretty much close together in there. Gabe Matthews is watching. Nice to have you on board, Gabe. It really, really is. This deal. This is cool.
Good album, isn't it?
It is a good album. I had to listen to it. I really did. Barbara's been rather selfish. She kept it to herself.
Is it just Listen there from Dawn.
Not the Sandy one, no, right?
I'm going to check this out.
Yeah, he sent it to me, good 6 years ago maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know
We're
something?
just catching up.
Personally signed as well.
Yeah. His wishes,
That
Barbara.
is
Love.
too cool. He's got Don Allen on the front there too. It's really too cool.
Yeah.
Oh God, the boss is watching. Dear. Better behave myself. She's got something heavy that she can throw at me now. And Chris Anders is watching. Nice to have you on board, brother man.
Andres.
Sorry, Chris Andres.
Get the name wrong.
No, the microphone was in the way. I couldn't quite read it properly. Sonny Morgan is in there as well. Nice to have you on board. Anyway, let's go live to the desk. Da-da-da. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today, believe me, absolutely elated, we're in the Gold Coast. Haven't been in the Gold Coast for a while now, actually, and today we're joined by a very, very good friend of ours. Now, even though we've known this man for some time, this is the first time I've ever done an interview. In fact, it's the first time I've ever personally said, welcome to Galaxy, Don.
Thank you very much. So good to be here.
You know, it's an absolute pleasure to have you. I gotta say, though, you're a Kiwi with an Australian accent. What's going on?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I've been over, well, fortunately also, but I've been in Australia for 44 years now. I just worked out this morning. And so, you know, but don't hold that against me. I've lost my accent. Yeah, I guess I have. But I still get picked as a Kiwi here, which is quite crazy. You know, like I keep saying, well, the only difference is I haven't had the operation.
I like that, I really do. You know, I was actually talking to one of the members of Parliament over there in Canberra, and they were saying, you know, this was when the Queen passed away, right? And he was saying to me, Grant, we have a major problem right now. And I'm going, what's the major problem in Australia? He goes, the Queen's passed away. I went, yeah, how does that affect Australia? He says, Queensland now wants to change its name. I went, yeah, no, I can't send my girls over there in high heels and beards to Kingsland anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
Doesn't work for me, it really doesn't.
Yeah, you got to watch that. We don't want Kingsland, that's for sure.
No, we don't. No. You see his new money has come out today.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, King Charles III, new money, believe me. Really? Do you really want his face wandering around inside your back pocket?
Exactly.
I mean that's scary in its own right. Michael Zdanowicz, coming out of Galaxy Class Entertainment's Orlando, Florida, is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Michael, it really is. And I'm trying to get new jokes, okay? I really am. It gives me a hard time, but, you know, I return it, Don. I got to be honest. I mean, he needs a haircut or a polish, one or the other. One of those two. But he's a great guy, he really is. Now, Don, we opened up the show with In the Ghetto. This is an Elvis track, but it's a little bit of a Don Allen feel to it. Why did you do this particular track?
Yeah, actually, when I was recording in Nashville last time I recorded over there, I had a whole heap of songs I was doing, but my producer said, oh, you ever thought of doing an Elvis thing? And, well, yeah, I have. I said, I actually love In the Ghetto. And he says, that's the one I want you to do. And, yeah, so we did. And I said, well, I don't want to go in there, you know, sounding like Elvis. I want to do my sort of interpretation of the song, which basically everybody says is just so Elvis. It's not funny, but, it done so well for me. It really did. It went real well, and I'm just so happy I did that one in the end because I love the song, and now I've got my version of it, you know.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, 1,191 requests for it so far. We are playing it, and a lot of people are requesting it.
Oh, great stuff! That's really sort of gratifying. The fact that you know Elvis done the song, and that you're playing my version. That's tremendous. Absolutely great.
Well, believe me, we love your work. We really do. And we get a number of plays. We play you on a Monday night. We play you on a Sunday. Almost 20 hours or something like that of country music, if you know what I mean. So
Okay. Yep.
a couple of Don Allens come along every show in there.
Love it.
And believe me, people really do ask, you know, and I'm saying about the noise, literally not shy about asking for artist and track. Believe me, and I see your name in the list quite regularly. I really do, Don. So welcome to Galaxy. Welcome to the family, moreover, to be honest with you.
So good to be with you guys, and it's great to hear that. That's really gratifying.
Now, I'm just wondering, you've got a young lady in the background there somewhere. You know, should we really be talking dirty?
Yeah, actually, so I'll tell you, I shouldn't tell you this.
Yeah, you should tell me. Go on, tell me.
I'll tell you. It's a true story, to be quite honest. It was, we had, where I was living actually, on the Gold Coast in a previous life, my neighbours were great people, and they used to come across, and we used to play cards and drink copious amounts of bloody alcohol, which was all good fun. But Lenny, the actual lady of this particular house, every time she came out, she used to get so bloody. We used to have so much fun, but she used to get pretty tiddly, and she'd end up saying, she said, I love it when you talk dirty to me, Donnie. And so I thought I'm going to write a song about that one day, which I did, and that's it. And that's what came out of it. Yeah, she was the girl I talk about, the next door neighbour, that sort of thing.
Now it all comes together, it really does. I listen to the music, I do, and believe me, 1,277 requests for Talking Dirty from Don Allen here at Galaxy. How you feeling, Don? You okay?
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Nice.
Your station is what, a full-on commercial station?
Nope, we play very, very little ads. If the one thing we play more regularly of is actually artist voice tracks and voice drops, to be very honest.
Right, okay.
We're associated with other radio stations. We actually don't need the commercials, literally. I fund everything myself out of my own pocket, to be honest.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
But we're the most successful out of the bunch.
I was going to say, yeah, you're out there doing it.
Yeah, well, literally, we're in every English-speaking country in the world, and some that aren't. And, Don, I don't know how that works, but I'm going to take it. I really am.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, how many countries are tuned in right now? 160 countries are tuned in right now. That's brilliant. Absolutely. In fact,
Everyone. Hi, Franco.
you read my mind. 5612. 5,612 cities tuned in. Just to listen to you, Don. But I'll give you the big number. You want this one at the end of this because it keeps on going up. Is how many devices? It's IP addresses pinging off. You know what I mean? Now, in there could be 10 people in a room listening to it or one person in a room listening to it. We don't know. It's just the IP. But that's the number you want because you'll be impressed. You really will be. Franco Nanucci's joining us. Nice to have Franco with us. He was watching the last one too, wasn't he?
Yeah, and Chris Andreas.
And Chris Andreas, yes, I said hello to Chris Andreas, coming out of Vancouver Island. Oh, and hi to Jimmy too, by the way.
Oh, and Gabe Matthews.
Yes, Gabe.
Hi, buddy.
Gabe Matthews. Nice to have Gabe back. It really, really is. Got about a minute and a half to go. Don, are you a guy that likes to think out of the box?
Sorry, what was that, mate?
Are you a guy that likes to think out of the box?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's faster, hot or cold?
Cold.
No, hot's faster because you can always catch a cold.
Good on you. Love it.
Let's go back. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today not only are we talking dirty with Don Allen, excuse me, wasn't supposed to do that, but we're getting to know absolutely a brand new member to the Galaxy family, and today, even though we've known Don for some time, this is the first time we've had a chance to literally do an interview, and believe me, I'm absolutely loving Don Allen's work. We've been big fans for a number of years now, really. And Don, literally now, you're in Australia, you're a Kiwi. Which part of New Zealand did you come from?
I come from, basically I spent most of my teenage life in and around Tauranga. Bay of Plenty. Born and raised on a dairy farm on the Hauraki Plains, down a place called Turua in Hauraki Plains. And then my folks bought a farm over at Waikato, and I left the farm at 15 and went to do an apprenticeship actually in Taronga as a cabinet maker, and the rest was history. And that's where I sort of joined a country music club in Taronga, and we went from strength to strength there. And I know all the had worked with a lot of the bigger name acts in New Zealand, like Eddie Lowe and Brandon Dugan and all the rest of the boys, Gray Bartlett and all of them, Suzanne Prentice. So I basically know them all, worked with them all. Jodie Vaughan's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, you're talking about other family members of ours as well.
Right, I'll bet they are.
Yeah, literally, believe me, being in the music industry, I've known them many, many years, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just very, very legendary in their own right. And I've got to hold you in the same as legendary, literally. Now, you leave New Zealand, you go to America, you come back this way, but you didn't quite land back in New Zealand. What the heck happened in between Australia and New Zealand? Why did you stay there?
You know, I still don't know. I just at that stage, I wasn't ready to come back into New Zealand, and so I had when I was married in my other life, I had a mother-in-law who was living in Melbourne, and so we just flew in there as a stopover. So that stopover's now been 40 bloody years, you know. So yeah, but other than that, you know, I love New Zealand. New Zealand is always my home, always will be. Yeah, Australia just sort of suited me at that stage, you know. And then of course I moved from Victoria up to the Gold Coast. I felt like Christopher Columbus when I discovered the Gold Coast. I tell you, it was just incredible.
Now, tell me, do you still follow the All Blacks?
Absolutely, 100%. I don't care. You know, and I don't care. Who beats the All Blacks as long as Australia does it?
Well, that makes two of us then, I've got to be honest with you. I mean, gosh, it's been about 30 odd years since they've had any silverware in their cabinets anyway, so the All Blacks are pretty comfortable with that one. No worries. But, you know, lessons can be learned here, and this is a teachable moment. So, just wondering, when will we learn? There's a good segue. What are we learning here, Don?
Well, basically, it was something I wrote, and it was. I feel pretty strong about the, you know, the ozone, the atmosphere, and that sort of thing, and what they're doing. In a sense, you know, they do have to start looking at what the hell they are doing, you know. And I'm not strict on that or anything like that. Or, you know, I just look at the world. I think there are things that they can do to really, you know, stop a lot of this stuff.
Well, I got to be honest with you. 1,422 requests for when will we learn, Don Allen? You're getting there. Believe me, they're loving it. You're right here at Galaxy.
That's great.
It's not a bad score, 1,422.
That's pretty good, eh?
I'm liking it. Hold Your Head High is the next one up, and then, of course, Look Her Up. Shall we talk about the magazine?
Yeah, like so.
After we finish this, don't go anywhere, Don, because I've got something I would like to talk to you about. It's about promoting you a little bit more than what we can, if that's okay.
Yep.
We would love to be able to put you into a magazine.
Hey,
Okay?
Yeah, great.
So I'll have a chat to you about that, and I'll give you a little bit of history about it as well. And believe me, this is it's relevant, it's important, if you know what I mean. So hang in there. At the same time, the girls are going to be taking photos and bits and pieces of you. They'll put it into a movie. You'll get a copy of everything we do today. And believe me, I say, okay, fair enough, show the movie to your friends, family and everything like that. They'll automatically love it because it's you. But I usually tell people, you know, show it to people you don't like. Well, it usually puts a fire under their tuchus, and before you know it, they're getting in touch with us going, hey, listen, I got a band too, you know? It's an on-flow. It works. Having said that, though, Don, and I'm going to be straight up with you, Barbara gets about 200 submissions a day. I'm not kidding. She's working a tushy off all day.
Yeah.
And she's got to be vicious because we can only play so many bands and we can only do so many interviews within a period of a week, a month, a year. So we only take the best artists in the world. And Don, you're there. You're in there.
Thank you so much. That's so great. Love it, love it, love it.
So believe me, I've got to congratulate you. and I mean, the process is very, very complicated. It is, Barbara, you know, she's out there with her red pen slashing away like crazy. She takes what she has left back to production. The boys in production and Barbara, they argue, they bitch and fight and everything. They whittle it down so that we can fit this in. Then it's got to go to a board. The board's got to pass it. It's ticked all those boxes. Then you've come to me in a USB. Now, I play you in my car, Don. And the reason why I do that is, well, two reasons, really. First reason is, nobody can influence me on whether or not I want to do the interview. And when I'm listening to the music, I have absolutely no information. I don't know if it's the artist or what the title of the song is. It's just the music.
Right.
And I base everything on that. The other reason is nobody else wants to drive with me. And that's quite true. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Jeremiah Jordan Ash is joining us, and nice to have you with us, brother man. Looking forward to meeting you in the near future as well. Loving your work, I really, really am. Today we're talking to Don Allen, former Kiwi, expat, living in the Oz, the big Oz at that. And, well, you can see that he's making it absolutely wonderfully over the years. He's been, I can see all of these records in the background here. And just absolutely loving that. But I've got to ask you, Don, anything new coming out in the near future? Have you got anything in the can?
Funny, you know, you should say that. I've only just, in fact, I've got it hot off the press. Three new singles I've just completed. We just did the mastering 2 days ago. And so I've got two songs that are very, very Maverick style. Of songs. So they're great numbers, they really are. So I can't wait. We're releasing one of those probably next week. And then I've always wanted to do my version of, I think every artist does it, is my version of How Great Thou Art. And I've done that, and oh man, that has just come up so exceptionally good. And so we can't wait. That'll be the second release, How Great Thou Art, and then we'll do the other Maverick style thing after that one. But yeah, so once I release those, and then I'm working on putting an album together with those particular ones on. And I've got others in the can that I haven't sort of released as yet that I've done in Nashville. So yeah, I've got a full album there ready to go as soon as I get it done. Yeah. You know,
so that just not only is mouth-watering, it's going to be with the follow-up question, will you come back again for another interview? If you pass these on to us, we would love to be able to promote them.
Absolutely, I'd love to. I feel so privileged to be part of your family.
Oh, believe me, you've been part of the family for some time. You really, really have. And it has been rather remiss of us that we haven't done this earlier, but believe me, we've been just, 10 years, we've just been rocking, literally.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, so, and there is big things coming, not only for Galaxy, but for the magazine that I'm going to forward you into as well. We're combining, we're becoming partners. Believe me, that's big news in its own right. And it's definitely something that I can honestly say I can hold my head up high about.
Right, absolutely.
And I think, Don, you know something? I love Look Her Up, but Hold Your Head Up High is my favourite Don Allen track.
Great.
Better tell me something a bit about it.
Yeah, look, I'm so happy to hear that you say that because it was a track that when we did that, There's another one I wrote. I actually wrote it when I was on tour years ago when I first came to Australia with Lee Conway, Chad Morgan, those guys. I was on tour with them. And I in the bus, and I was just, as we were driving along, I was writing down things, and I wrote that song. That was years later before I recorded it. But, you know, after we had recorded that song here in Australia, we all said, this is a hit. This is going to be a hit. But it flopped in Australia. It flopped. It did nothing. And that's why I was so happy that you guys picked it up, because I know it's a good song, and everybody tells me it's a great song, you know.
So I'm struggling to believe that. I mean, at the moment, you're way up there. 1,511 requests for it. We play it often. We get so many requests. It's not a flop. It really isn't. It's your second most requested track here at Galaxy, so it would be remiss of me if I didn't play it. You're right here at Galaxy, joined live by Don Allen. I was saying to a friend of mine the other day, we were talking about Aborigines, right? And I said to him, do you know that there's a very, very famous band way back in the day that named themselves after something that the Aborigines did? And he says, what was that? And I says, well, on a cold night, the Aborigines would sleep with their dog, keeping them warm, right? He goes, yeah. I said, on an extra cold night, they would sleep with two dogs, right? He goes, yeah. And I said, so that's how Three Dog Night got their name. And that's a true story.
I love it. I'll keep that on my memory banks.
That really is a true story. It's exactly how they got their name. But, Don, do you remember William Shatner?
Oh, sorry?
Do you remember William Shatner? Captain Kirk.
No.
He was from Star Trek.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, gotcha.
Yep, William Shatner. I don't know what's happening in Canada at the moment, but I see that their government has made him pull his lingerie line.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently Shatner Panties isn't a good name.
You're good on him.
It's better than beaming them up, Scotty, I suppose. Here it is.
I can't wait to meet you guys in person.
Yeah, you'll regret it. You'll regret it. Believe me. Oh, by the way, you're not a vegan by any chance, are you?
No, I'm not.
Not being brought up on a dairy farm.
Yeah, exactly.
Come
Yeah,
on.
he's a meteorologist like me. Look, I'm trying to come to the bottom of a myth, and I have been all around the world asking this question. Have you ever tried a vegan sausage?
No.
Trying to figure out if they're made of real vegans or not.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was upset when I found out Girl Guide biscuits weren't made of real Girl Guides. And you know what? I found that out on Beetlejuice.
And they used to be yummy biscuits. You don't get them anymore.
Yeah, you don't get Girl Guide
No,
biscuits
they'll be
anymore.
yummy.
Or Anzac biscuits.
No. Oh, well.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Sorry, Don, I like to throw a bit of humour into this as well.
It's all good.
I was asking a guy the other day, has he ever been on an electric train? He says, no, I've never been on an electric train. I said, well, you look at it this way. If an electric train is moving from south to north at 150 kilometres an hour, and the wind is blowing from north to south at 150 kilometres an hour, which way does the smoke go? It took him 10 minutes to say, I don't know.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. I said, it's an electric train. It doesn't have smoke.
That's right, exactly. Exactly.
That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Gosh, you guys are good today. Well done. Getting it all joined together. Love it. And here it is. Oh, believe me, sometimes there's a big gap in between it. Everybody thinks it's my fault. It's not. Really. It really isn't. Now, having said that, my friend, we want to be able to have a chat to you a little after this about being able to promote you a little bit more than what we can do here. But are you familiar with the Galaxy Artist page on Facebook?
Yes.
All I can say there, my friend, is literally use it, use it, use it, use it, use it. And if I haven't said use it, please use it, because literally there are so many people go and have a look in there. You never know who might want to use your services, if you know what I mean. There might be agents, there may be labels, there may be promoters, there may be venues, everything like that. And believe me, over the number of years, a lot of artists have been getting quite a bit of beneficial use out of our page. So we would love for you to be able to get in there and use it as many times as possible. If it's a new video, if it's a new track, if you go into the opening of a shoebox, I don't care, use it. Let people know what you're doing, because they want to know about Don Allen.
Will do, yeah, for sure.
Nice, nice. One other thing I'm going to ask you, and believe me, this is, I think this is feasible actually. Next time you're near a recordable 58, how would you like to do me a voice drop saying, hi, this is Don Allen, you can hear me on Galaxy, something like that, because again, the more times people get to hear your voice, the more times they go and find out who you are.
Absolutely, and I'll send you a lot of those.
Absolutely brilliant, because it'd be an honour to be able to run them.
Yeah, great.
It really would be. Now, your most requested track, and believe me, this is phenomenal. You're up 2,200 requests. In fact, 2,234 requests for Look Her Up. This is going through the roof. Why is this so successful?
It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, it's just a great song. It was written by a friend of mine, actually, that one, over in America, in Nashville, and I was working with a crowd over there that were running, what the hell was it? The Cashbox. They run the Cashbox hit parade type thing, or hits, and so they as soon as I recorded that, they put that song on Cashbox, and she went number one on Cashbox. Now, Cashbox is only one chart below Billboard, so I was chuffed. That went so well over there, but what a great song, and you get so many laughs and giggles from people out in the audience when you sing that song, because it just lends itself to that, doesn't it?
It really does, and believe me, I think that's what's connecting with the audience that we have, is that particular, well, you don't leave a lot of imagination, really, to put it all together, but it's very, very classily done, really is. And as an engineer myself, believe me, I love the work that's been done on it, I really do. So, having said that, joining us live, coming out of the Gold Coast today, is Don Allen. Here's Look Her Up. How you feeling, Don? You okay?
I'm song about yeah.
Nice, nice. I see Bert Finney's watching. Nice to have the brother man on board. Of course, he's coming from the far north. Way up there. Dear, dear.
Yeah, pretty wide selection, wide range. All the people coming in from different places, yeah?
Oh, we've got them from all, as I said, we're in every English-speaking country in the world, so believe me, we are everywhere.
Yeah, right, yep.
And let me paint the picture for you. About 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night, I get into work. I've got to go past reception to go to my office, right? And our lovely receptionist, Sarah, she leaves out 3 USBs for me. One gives me information on stats for the day, how we performed, how things went, all the bar graphs and the cheese wedges and all that sort of stuff. It's fantastic. It really is, especially at 9:30 at night. The next one is, of course, paperwork that I must address. Being the CEO of the company, I've got to, pay some bills and stuff every now and again, and even approve their wages. Oh, okay, got to do it. But the last one is just simply called noise. And I take that into production about 1:30 in the morning. once I get through my work in my office, I've got to go down to production. So I take that to them. And between there and 5 o'clock, we sit down and nut out all of the stats on the request per artist, per track.
Right.
And that's how we structure our breakfast show, literally.
Uh-huh.
And Don, I see your name on there very, very often. Very often. So not shy about asking for Don Hour.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's the truth, it really is. So congratulations. And I apologise it's taken so long for us to get around to this.
I know. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I remember now sending Barbara that CD, in the hope that she might pick up on it. But it's taken a while. I don't know what it was. I think it might have been Liquor Up Song.
It could have been.
Came from Stephen Foster I'm working with too.
Yeah, okay. Barbara was just saying something about Stephen Foster as well.
He sent me the song.
He sent the song.
He what?
He sent the song.
All right.
Yep.
Or was it?
Or was it?
Hayden? I don't know.
I don't know. You're the one telling the story. I'm just repeating it. Now you're getting me into trouble. See that?
You're
Bloody
always
women.
you're always in trouble.
You're right. I'm always in trouble. Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
Half of it's your fault.
I know.
That's a cool looking chair you've got there, John.
Thank you. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Today we're talking to Don Allen coming out of the Gold Coast. And, well, absolutely love your work, Don. We really, really do. And hoping, beyond hope, that we can build a relationship a little bit better than what we've had over the last period. Unfortunately, we should have done this a long time ago and filled this rift that we've had between each other. So nice to have you on board. We'd love to have you back again.
Absolutely. I'm so happy that you have asked me to do this. It's been so good meeting you guys, and so good. Hopefully some of my Kiwi friends over there, relatives, have been listening to this, and I want to get back over there soon and do some shows.
But we would love to have you back here in New Zealand and on some stages. And believe me, I've got an idea or two that I want to talk to you about after we do this as well. So believe me, all linked into the conversation that I'm saying about promoting you a little bit more than what we can do here. But believe me, again, it will probably end up, would you believe, back in the Bay of Plenty.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for the opportunity, guys. Really have enjoyed it.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. Don't go anywhere, Don, because we are going to have a chat now, and everybody's going to rush the monitors, take photos, stuff like that. You will get a copy, and please pass on to your lovely lady in the background. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet you and her today. Looking forward to building this relationship.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and why not join me next week? We've got more interviews, but in the meantime, from me, happy radio, everyone.